Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I may have made a mistake in my last episode. So I may have done this wrong. You're supposed to have the lid off when you're filling it. Now it's full. If I put the lids back on, now it's ready to fire. So the last batch we did, well, it didn't work. We fired it too early and we got nothing from it. Well, like I said, we have plenty of charcoal now, and I have a ton of trees all around my base that I've been planting, so I can make up more charcoal pretty quickly. Alright, so that's the correct amount of charcoal. That is the wrong way to do it. Shift click. Now it's firing. And, yep. Yep, okay. Now, ooh, there we go. You see the effects? Now I know for certain that it's firing properly. And it even says in the tooltip there, receiving heat, carbonization 0% complete. Now we just got to do that, I don't know, 4 or 5 more times. And then it'll be done. And then we will actually have steel. I was just out getting shale so we can fix the counters in my kitchen, and I just found the largest meteoric iron vein I've ever found. I should have bought GM for it. There were 4 right here, and then there were 4 here, and then another 2 there. There were 10 meteoric iron blocks, so I now have 39 additional meteoric iron, which is insane, because the most I've ever found is like 6. So now I'm wondering, did I find 2 in 1, or is just a really funky spawn? Because there was some of the sylvite all the way up in the mountain over there too. And for the record, I've had no luck finding diamonds in any of this yet. It's gonna happen eventually. Just, you know, not now. Yep, okay. That's definitely looking different. It's nice and red, and it says 13%. So that's 1 cycle. 13% would mean, well, 12 would mean 8. So 13 might mean I'm good at 7. I should just assume I'm gonna need 8. And there we go. Now we get the second cycle going. There we go. Now we got flames. I've been working on touching up different sections of the house today. Touching up a little bit of the windmill. And we're going to actually put, well, we're going to chisel all these down. I want to make it rounded. But before we get to that, I want to do a roof up here. And I couldn't decide what I wanted to do for the roof. And I actually think these ashtar bricks, once chiseled down, will look really good. I should probably go grab a couple more actually, so I can have one like here, one here, so I can like chisel out, let's say a quarter. No, let's swap this over, drop down here. Let's say I take out, you know what? Let's say we take out that much. Then we can take out that much of the next one up, and then slant into a piece here and a piece on top. I gotta go all the way around to get back to the top. And then do something like that. Of course, we're going to shape it all the way around so it looks nice. But yeah. And I got a ton of these ashtar bricks from the ruin. So I don't have to worry about running out. Ooh, that doesn't actually line up too well. I'd have to take out that row, then that row, then that row, and then that row. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to need a lot more than the 9 I brought up with me, because I didn't think that through all the way. And then we'll get to working on that. But in the meantime, I've also started adding like a trim, like how I'm doing that there. We're going to have it here on the windmill. This one's going to come in. That's going to go that way. And then this row, it's going to go out, and then in, and then out. And just repeat that on all the sides also. And so that should, again, just help give it some shape, give it some more texture so it doesn't look just like a flat piece of whatever. And while I'm doing all that, this is coming along very well. It was at 69% last time I filled it up. We got 11 more charcoal to go. I think it's going to take just one more batch once this is done, and then I will have our first steel. So, you know, by the time this episode is done, we'll have steel. Or at least have, well, we'll have the coffin done. I gotta still see if I have to process the steel like while you process bloom, but we'll see when we get there. Alright, we've got the roof done. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Something weird was happening. When I was standing on these corner pieces earlier, I was taking damage. Now I'm not. Who knows? Anyway, we got tapered up. And then if we go down from here. I said down. Thank you. I have chiseled out this a bit. Give it a little bit of shape. I've chiseled the glass so you can't see it. It's now clear. And I think our little lighthouse is complete. It's not a very good little lighthouse, but it's something. We can now spot for all the way over there. Coming back home, this will stand out very well. And especially at nighttime, we'll be able to find out where exactly we are and heading home. We don't have to necessarily look at the map the whole time. Still need to get to this. And this is almost done. Oh yeah, I am liking what I've done with the exterior. Oh, that's our planter. We'll go look at that in a moment. But if you ignore the rain, like we've got these slanting in, we've got these. I have little strips coming off on the side so that it again, it just gives it a little more shape. I haven't done anything with that yet. Don't know what I'm going to do there. Since there's no windows, putting these might feel a little odd, but I don't necessarily want to just do like that middle section there. So I gotta decide what I'm going to do with this. This needs a bit more texture. It's a little too flat. Likewise, over on this side. But yeah, I think it's looking much better. And once I get all the stones I'm looking for, I'm gonna make the the mixed dry stone. So I need lime, andesite. Lime is the only one I think lime, chalk, and pyrite are the only ones I'm missing. Once I get that, I can make these mixed stone. I'll be replacing all of these cobblestone pillars with the mixed stone. And then I'll do mixed stone across here and turn them into arches. And that will help give it a bit more shape. It won't just be straight lines everywhere. Let's look at that box, the planter I made. So we have a oak slab on all 4 sides, including the bottom. We have the dirt in the middle. We had to put the dirt there after putting in the oak sides because when I went to chisel the oak sides, the dirt would fall out. And, well, then we put the dirt and then the flowers on top. And so now we have a little windowsill flower box. And you may have noticed from the outside, but if we go inside, I have chiseled the cobblestone and put stripped oak logs on the inside to give the windowsills a wood finish. I've done that on almost all of them in here, and yeah, I'm working on a table. We'll get back to that later. To get this done, I had to put the oak slab down first. Sorry. The oak log down first. Yeah, the deep barked oak log. Had to put it down like that. And then, well, to do this one, I had to get underneath it so I could chisel up using the planer. I don't have it on me. And then add cobblestone all the way back down. And then I've just been copy pasting as I go. I haven't yet done it over here. I will, except this one has a little bit of granite in it. Granite. Marble. That's marble. Has a little bit of marble in it, so it's going to affect the look of that one. So I could just extend the marble all the way across here to sort of give it a bit more of a to make it look uniform. And then we're going to move upstairs and do the same thing with the upstairs windows too. Give them all the oak windowsills. And then I was debating removing the inner plane of each of these and adding debarked oak on the inside also. That's going to require a lot, and it should be insulating, but I'm going to have to test it, because if it breaks the insulation, then it's not worth doing, because I need this to be insulated so I can survive the winter. And this is now done. Carbonization process complete. Break to retrieve blister steel. There's still a little coal. Can't remove it. If I go inside, I will get cooked. So I guess I'll just wait for the last of the coal to burn out. That shouldn't take that long. It's only... Oh, see, it's already down to just one apiece, so maybe another hour or two in game. And then we'll mine that open. And in the meantime, I can see what we have to do afterwards. Firing, refining. Refining. Blister steel needs to be worked on an iron anvil to create steel. You create iron anvil. Okay, we already know that. Okay, so we just need to refine it on an anvil, which we already have. So, that's pretty easy. Are we going to need to make a steel anvil in order to make steel tools? And the coal's burned out. So we can go inside. We don't have to worry about taking damage from being in here now. And... Alright. $16 blister steel. We can put these back. We got a bunch of the coal back. I didn't know that would happen. So that's nice. Dump that. And now we have blister steel that is... We can refine it into regular steel. Is it hot? Doesn't look like it's hot. So we're going to heat that up. And I don't know what temperature it needs to be in order to work it. Let's see. Does it say? Doesn't say what temperature we have to heat it to. Meteoric iron is above 700. So at least that hot. Well, we'll find out in a minute. There we go. We can work it at 900. Okay, so we're just chipping off a little bit from the top. Got it. Okay, so we now have steel, which means we can start making steel tools. or steel armor. There you go. Now we have a steel chisel. And yep, it does not look like we have to worry about needing a steel anvil in order to work the steel. Well, all in all, making steel seems to be fairly easy. 6,000 durability. The meteoric iron one only has 2,800, so this steel chisel will last me a very long time. Should probably take one of those and quickly make a steel pickaxe. There it is. So, steel. Not that bad. A lot easier than I thought it would be, actually. I think the hardest part was getting the pounder up to speed so that I could process through the Ovaline, the quartzite, and the bauxite fast enough. Alright, so we're going to fire up another 3 batches of iron. This will give us 18 iron. We need 16 to fire up another batch of steel. Once they're ready, we'll go over there and refill our cementation furnace and get the next batch of steel going. Speaking of which, we should probably check for any damaged blocks, since the blocks have a chance of getting damaged when firing, though I don't know if that happens each time you fire or only once the process is done. Alright, so we've got 3 damaged bricks. So let's go grab our extra refractory bricks from our chest, and we get to replace these. The good thing about these refractory bricks is, like the bloomeries, when you break the bloomery, you get some of the bricks back. When you break a damaged refractory brick, you get some of the bricks back. So we can recycle those. So, what's our plans after this? Well, I want to make a full set of steel armor. Plate armor. So the helmet, the greaves, the chest piece. I'll check on shields. I don't remember if the metal tier makes a difference. We need to make a steel sword. And then I think a spear also. And then we're going to head back to the Resonance Archive. And we're going to try to clear that place out and explore it some more. In the meantime, I was making a table. Now, I've adjusted it a little bit. As you can see where the legs are, the table used to be all the way out. It was square. I didn't like the square. I decided I wanted to change up a little bit. So now we have this, and I made some slate. So I want to put slate into each of these, and was thinking do the whole trim around the table in slate. Not make it too deep. Like that. We'll just see how this looks in a minute, and then I'll figure out what in the world I'm doing with the legs. And now that I look at it, I don't think I like the slate as much. At least not the polished slate. Maybe I'll try something different. Alright, so well, this side is the shale, this side is the slate. And honestly, I don't really like either of them. I was hoping to go with something darker. These are pine. I would have done pine around the entirety of the outside, but because of the orientation of the pine, it would be this part here and not the actual grained part. It would be the rings, not the grain, so I don't think it'd look good. Oh, and apparently if you accidentally chisel a plank that has a well, a floorboard that has a carpet on it, or a mat, the mat will become part of the block if you put it back down. I can remove it with a knife, but I don't know if that destroys it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. But, yep, see, put it back on. Now it's permanently attached to the block. Again. And they don't interlock anymore. So, it's a little weird. Wow. I'm glad I have that lightning rod. Okay, let's fill this correctly this time. Says one tile. Oh, I didn't even notice that one was damaged. Okay, so let's grab one more replacement block. So that's nice. It'll tell you and point out which blocks are broken for you. A little easier to replace them. There we go. Now we do coal first. You do need to shift. Okay. Alright, that's done. Lid on top. Good. Go down here. Let's use some brown coal instead of our charcoal. And there we go. Second batch of steel is on the way. So when this is done, we should have enough to make a full set of armor. But I think I'm going to call it an end here. We've got our second batch going, as I said. Once this steel is done firing, next episode we're going to make our steel armor, steel weapons, maybe another steel tool or two. And then probably in the following episode, we'll head back to the Residence Archive. I want to make sure I have enough travel food ready because we can't put down lanterns, torches, or crocs in order to eat from. We have to have the food on hand. And also, well, by then, it depends. We might have another rift storm between episodes. Anyway, that's the plan. Next episode, make all of our steel stuff. Following episode, head back to the Residence Archive and finish exploring. Until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.